Think of the last big thing you saw being built: a road, a tower, a bridge, or perhaps a photograph of an enormous mine. Before any of it could exist, something first had to move the earth itself, to dig, to level, to haul. And on almost every construction site and mine on the planet, the machines that do that work are painted the same shade of yellow. The largest maker of that yellow iron is American, and its machines are among the most recognizable objects on Earth. It is called Caterpillar, and this is a series about the companies that run the world. Caterpillar represents a very physical and very fundamental kind of power. It does not build the roads or the towers or the mines themselves. It builds the machines that build them. It sits at the very first step of nearly every large thing that humanity makes, the moving of earth and stone. Its range is the muscle of the modern world. Excavators and bulldozers, wheel loaders and graders, and the colossal mining trucks that stand taller than a house and carry more than 300 tons at a time. It also makes the diesel engines and generators that power much of industry besides. The company grew from humble roots, the merger of two tractor makers more than a century ago. The very name comes from the crawling track that spread a machine's weight across soft ground, and it rose alongside the building of modern America and then the world. But here is the crucial thing, the true source of its power, and it is not the machine at all, it is the dealer network. Caterpillar sits behind a vast global web of dealers who can get a spare part and a trained mechanic to almost any mine or building site on Earth, often within a single day. Consider why that matters so much. For a mine, a machine standing idle can cost a fortune with every passing hour. Caterpillar effectively sells not just iron but uptime, the promise that whatever breaks will be fixed fast anywhere. A rival can copy the machine. It cannot easily copy that network. And as with jet engines, the real fortune comes after the sale. The machine is bought once, but the parts and the servicing flow for decades afterward, a steady, high-margin stream of revenue that quietly dwarfs the original purchase. The scale of it is hard to picture. Hundreds of thousands of Caterpillar machines are at work across the globe at this very moment, which means that a very large share of all the earth moved by humankind is shifted by that familiar yellow iron. It does not go unchallenged, of course. Japan's Komatsu is a formidable second, and America's John Deere and Sweden's Volvo make fine machines too. It is a hard-fought field, but that century-old web of dealers and service keeps Caterpillar sitting on top of it. There is a curious side to Caterpillar, too. Its sales rise and fall so tightly with the world's construction and commodity cycles that economists read its numbers almost as a barometer for the health of the entire global economy. When Caterpillar sneezes, industry has caught a cold. It also lends the money. Through its own financing arm, Caterpillar helps customers buy the very machines it makes, which binds them tighter still. The iron, the spare parts, the servicing, and even the loan to pay for it all can come from a single company. So the moat, in the end, is not really the machine. A rival can build a fine excavator. What it cannot quickly build is a century-old network of dealers on every continent, a hard-won reputation for keeping sites running, and millions of machines already out in the field. That is the true fortress. So we reach the question this series always asks, of what would break if Caterpillar vanished? It would not be instant, since capable rivals exist. But construction and mining the world over would lose their most trusted machines. And far worse, the service network that keeps their sites alive. Great projects would slow for years. Which brings us to the uncomfortable question. Should the raw beginning of almost everything we build rest on a mere handful of machine makers? And is it not troubling that the same yellow iron which raises our cities also tears open every mine and clears every forest? Progress and destruction, it turns out, often ride upon the very same machine. To be fair, and it genuinely deserves saying, nothing modern is ever built without first moving the earth. And the machines that do it reliably in the hottest and coldest and most punishing places on the planet are a quiet marvel. The men and women who keep them running are as essential as anyone in industry. And that is the deeper lesson of this particular giant. The deepest moat is often not the product itself, but the web of service wrapped around it. Sell the machine once and own its uptime forever. Be the one company that can fix it anywhere on earth by morning, and you become almost impossible to dislodge. So the next time you pass a building site or see a picture of some vast terraced mine, look for the yellow machines at the heart of it. And know that behind each one stands not merely a manufacturer, but a network that can reach the farthest corners of the earth, spare part in hand, by the following morning.